We are live now. Livety live. Live, live, live.
Are
Super
we alive?
Ultra live. Hey everybody.
Hi.
You are joining us in the media room of the Stone House.
Yes.
Which is nearing completion. I know we've been saying it's almost done for a while, but
it truly is almost done.
It's almost done.
Yeah.
Behind the camera is a nice TV on the wall with a custom entertainment console that we built. And pretty excited. There's a lot of stuff to do in your downtime if you come to stay here. So.
You can catch some pictures that Tay took of this room on our website under the Stonehouse blog, but also
for those of you under a rock and you just don't know about this place yet.
We can't shut up about it.
Go to our website. You know how to find us. Just Google us. We're all Googleable now. I'm sure you can
go directly from our Facebook too, like the About section, right? It's probably like a website.
Yeah, we're almost annoying with the amount of hyperlinks that we give out for the Stonehouse.
Just the way that goes these days, social media.
We got a hi from Roanoke, a hi from Maine.
Roanoke?
Yeah,
Maine.
Marie Cole Keene from Roanoke.
Keene.
Hi from Maine, that's right. Spelled a little different, but it's a happy name. Love the walls. Sarah Bounds, love the walls. This was a custom distress finish that Swooze helped do. It's a kind of a dry brush that we did with our paint.
Would this be called like pickling, the white?
Yeah, I think so. It was, or whitewash. I don't know the terms, but the technique is usually the same. You kind of do.
Swooze would know.
It had a base color. I think a lot of the wood already had some peeling white paint, and then she did kind of a dry brush in gray over it.
It's gorgeous.
And what came and wiped it off after the brush so that you could still see some of that white paint behind it.
Right, yeah. I love how like the color of the room just lets the color of the rug and these pillows, I wish you guys could see the rug. I don't know if you can see it right now, but it's just.
They can see a little.
It's like a painting. It's beautiful.
It's pretty awesome. My mom's got a good eye for rugs.
She does, yeah.
So she's given me some of her like
color
leftover rugs for my house.
Oh, lucky
and
you.
They're still awesome. Like from 10 years ago, they're still like they fit.
They still work.
Still modern. Yeah.
I need to hit her up. I need one for my back deck.
Were you able to sell, Robert Lang, were you able to sell the corbels and the small porticos? I assume you mean the ones
He watched
from
the
street?
episode last night. Thank you,
someone did
Robert.
their homework.
So we still have some of those corbels left, and I think we've got all of the porticos left. We've had a couple inquiries about them. So I think we've got 7 of those left, and most of the corbels, a handful, which you can see on our website. They're a little bit bigger than the people typically are looking for. Like 2 foot by 3 foot kind of size.
Yeah, they were massive. They were storefront fixtures. Well, not storefront, but just exterior.
Right. So this whole, I don't know. We're kind of also waiting for Robert to come and join us before we get into the episode. But we could talk a little bit about it, unless that's right there.
Yeah. So we've been to Kannapolis twice now. And there's Mr.
We've been waiting for you.
Have a seat.
I'm sorry.
We're live.
I didn't check my schedule.
I just talked to you 5 minutes ago. That's all right. I saw you walking.
He's a busy man.
Saw you walking out there, and you looked.
Well, I was yelling at
He's
somebody.
Working. Somebody needed to be yelled at.
Not
me
soul.
this time, literally.
How are we doing?
I'm like this all the time.
Oh, we know.
There's not an off button. So welcome. We were actually just about to start talking about the episode last night. First trip to Kannapolis.
Gotcha.
Kannapolis, North Carolina, and their downtown revitalization plan.
It's a pretty interesting project. Of course, the whole town has a pretty interesting history,
It's
because
unique.
Yeah. And it looked a little bit too much like everything looked the same then.
Right.
So
it was like correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was more of like a suburb of Charlotte that became incorporated sometime around the 80s.
Well, I think you'd say it's a suburb of Charlotte now.
Now.
Before it was a mill town.
Mm-hmm.
And it grew up like any other mill town, pretty much owned by the mill itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure it didn't look like we found it.
No.
Sometime I think in the early 80s or something like that, somebody bought the mill, and they also decided that the whole town needed to look exactly the same.
Yes.
Kind of in that pseudo Williamsburg styling that is not good.
Right.
The natural progression of building and all the different things that you get when a town comes together naturally over a couple hundred years, give it its character. And I think that's what Kannapolis is putting it back into now. It's starting to mix it up. The biggest thing that's happening in Kannapolis, I think, as part of this revitalization is there's a ballpark. So those things really drive a community. And it gives something for everybody to cheer on. Now, of course, they've got other big things going on in Kannapolis. You saw the city hall.
Right.
Pretty monumental.
Oh my
Pretty
gosh.
incredible.
I mean, it looked like a university.
Yeah, and I think that whole thing is all part of a research center that they're putting together to fortify learning, and I think the Dole Company is involved in some other things. So there's all sorts of things going on there. It's a great opportunity for Black Dog Salvage.
It is great. Yeah. Usually, we'll go into a town and we'll have. I mean, there's been opportunities where we'll have a church and maybe a couple houses next to it, but this was unique because we had a whole city, multiple blocks to work with,
It
right?
was like a ghost town.
Yeah, that was a good and
so
bad.
wild.
The good and the bad.
How many buildings did we get through our first trip? Like 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, the old police station.
But you didn't know which way to
church.
go.
Right.
It's just like,
I want that and that.
It's a
and
bad
that.
place for ADD.
Yeah.
Salvage ADD.
And it was a warm day, as I recall.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Yes.
Stifling
it was very
hot.
warm.
Yeah. Had a cupola team.
Double cupola. Was it just one cupola?
This
This
part
was
one.
the first trip down. We
yeah.
had one cupola, and it was the smaller.
The more
so
manageable.
the second trip,
cupola.
that was at the police station.
Right.
Right.
Which they actually filmed some show there as well, as
Really?
I remember. Some kind of cop drama.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised at all the stuff that was in the police station and the old city hall building.
Right. We have evidence lockers. Sorry,
yeah.
interrupt
Yeah,
you, but
yeah.
we still have them, and you might look at that and think that's a cool locker, but then you realize what it really is, and that just,
All the goodies that were in there.
it's really cool. Yeah, right. Just to think, evidence, yeah.
So there was all sorts of good stuff in that building, but each one of them had their own, were unique as well as kind of stuff. Some of it new, some of it old, some of that empty floor, the warehouse floor where you guys got to
The dope cart.
Dope
cart.
Yeah.
And all this old construction. I mean, it's like in pockets they just left it. They just had all this stuff and they went.
Well, that happens a lot. We go down in downtown Roanoke, and there's now that they're developing the upper floors of all these buildings after 100 years. You find all these abandoned floors in these buildings in downtown areas of all over the country where people just kind of walked out.
Yeah,
And
lock the doors and
that's
leave.
good stuff.
That's
As far as you got to try to make sure that
machine
all that
shop.
stuff doesn't, as things get redeveloped, like downtown Kannapolis, you don't let that stuff go right in the
Lost.
dumpster. Because a lot of people just kind of overlook the fact that this stuff is, some of it is good. Now some of it, not so good.
Some of it's
Right.
left
Knowing
there for a
the
reason.
difference is a big
Yeah.
deal. Right. And taking the time to learn the difference. It's hard for people to,
True. A lot of people, don't have time to figure out because I'm part
the
of
machine shop.
part of a parting out selling project right now. It's hard. You justify, okay, what could I actually sell that piece for, and how much time is it going to take me to find the right buyer for it? Is it worth it? Yeah.
Really,
Robert's like-
that's the hoarding conundrum.
Right.
That is. That's-
Hoarding, collecting, selling. The last one's usually the smallest word.
Yeah, it's a
So
little
back to
difficult.
Kannapolis, was this the one with the mayor? Did he?
No, so this is part one. We'll do part two, and I think this is probably a good time to say
No,
that.
I believe the mayor did show
I
up.
don't think he made it into this episode. though.
Not this episode.
Oh,
The next
okay.
one.
Remember
Yeah.
we were doing the
lights and
salon,
the
hair
salon.
salon.
Oh, and
Yes,
he came.
and he helped salvage. It was a really cool. He just got in there, and again, it's inside, upstairs, middle
We
of
handed him
summer,
a Sawzall.
sweating, and he was like, "I want to work."
Yeah.
How many doors were on that floor?
You know,
That's
we
where-
almost
is that-
sold all of them.
Is that the one we had to break
the lady?
into the
You and
ladies'
Ted had
room?
to break into the ladies.
Yeah.
Ted almost broke my arm.
There was a
Oh,
question
yeah.
if you actually got hurt.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, I got hurt there, and then I got hurt carrying all those doors down the stairs because there was no elevator.
It was, yeah,
So it was a little
I mean,
warm, and they were heavy.
Hot. They were
Yeah.
stout.
But the mayor actually
Glass.
helped us take some lights down. Remember
Yes.
those cool fluorescent lights with
Yes.
the awesome
we
ends
should have
on them?
salvaged every one of
Yeah.
those because
Yeah.
the only 3 we actually were able to salvage sold like a week after we got them.
Really?
Well, there was a couple
Nice.
other buildings that had them in it too, and we just never could get back to them.
So much salvage,
Hey,
so
there's
little
Annette.
time.
Annette Keller from Kannapolis.
Yay, Annette!
Kind of the whole reason we were
Annette,
able to come
she's the one
do
who
it.
reached out to us.
Yeah. Thanks, Annette. It was great. I bought a cop car from her.
Yeah.
So, well,
Can't
from
say
the
that
city,
every
but
day.
yeah,
Yeah.
they had some abandoned Crown Vics out behind
Well,
the police
it's
office.
attention span problems around here. We go down there to salvage a building, and Tate leaves with a cop car.
Yeah,
What?
it's a 4.6 liter V8, man.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I'm glad it doesn't, for the sake of my driveway.
But yeah, so there is another episode you'll see later on the season where we return to Kannapolis, and I think there was a little bit of a teaser out there about a clock that we built for them. So stay tuned for that. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of the mayor's conversation. That's how that conversation started. I'm sorry the mayor didn't make it into the first episode, but
He was stealing the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember he came in to talk to us, and I had a Sawzall in my hand, and we were about to.
Hello.
Sorry, that's me.
Someone's doing
Sure, it's not important.
Yep.
Robert's here, so I know he's not calling me.
Exactly. Couldn't be
Who else?
important.
Yeah.
The mayor came to talk to us while we were out behind one of those buildings, and we had to cut this railing off to get to it, which we had permission to do. But halfway through, he was talking to my dad. I just gave him the saws. I was like, "Here, you want to say?" He grabbed it. He went right for it.
He went to
started
work.
chopping this railing
So
up,
cool.
and I'm like, the mayor of a town, you know, he wants to participate still. He wants to be
Yeah.
involved, and
It's
he's
a
got
great
some
project.
humility, and he's a great dude.
Yeah, and that's why we went back. I mean, we had such a great time the first time. We'd go back another time.
They would, yeah. If the opportunity
Absolutely.
presented
Yeah,
itself,
exactly.
if it's not too late.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff in Kannapolis.
Yeah.
So this is part one. Now's a good time to say that our episodes will be. This was the last episode of part one of season 9. Part 2 of season 9 will be shown after a little summer break.
A hiatus.
So go on
Hiatus.
your summer vacation, enjoy yourself, and
Yeah.
don't be stressed out about missing a new episode
Right,
of Salvage
right.
Dawgs. It's okay.
I don't know. Are we going to be in reruns or what?
They
will
will be rerunning it. So next Sunday they will have a marathon for all the episodes of
through
season
7,
9 so
yeah.
far. 7,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's just
7
like old,
episodes.
the old times when we had like 3 channels.
Mhm.
You know, you'd have in the fall you'd see all the episodes, but after that it was all reruns, and it was
It
all
was
at the
great.
same time, so you could take the winter off.
Right. You didn't
I'm
have
not
to
quite
watch
sure what's
TV.
going on there, but that's the way they've decided to do it. Don't want to waste any of these fantastic Salvage Dog episodes on
Absolutely.
while everybody's on summer vacation.
Yeah.
So when's part 2 come up?
It's to be
September.
We're not
determined,
sure.
actually.
Yeah.
I think it's sometime in September. I thought I saw
early
the schedule
fall.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So good things come to those who wait. So
That's
and
right.
we will
part
definitely,
2 of season 9 is pretty spectacular.
Yeah,
There's
it's
some
definitely the better half.
Some hot hitters in it. We're going to go out with a bang.
And we'll definitely be promoting it closer to or as soon as we get confirmation. So
Yeah.
you'll hear about exactly when that'll be.
Jack Brownlee's with us again.
Jack,
Jack,
we miss you, Jack.
so good to
Yeah,
see
For
you.
real. Robert,
whatever.
you are such a hoot. From Sarah Bauman.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, and Angela's here. She's one of the
Angela!
associate producers
Yeah.
that spent a lot of time with us in the later part of the
So,
show.
in the meantime, while Salvage Dogs is not premiering, you can always come and visit the Stonehouse at Black Dog Salvage.
That's
So
right.
you guys talked about that
We
before I
have,
got here?
yeah.
We did. Because we wanted to
shoved it
introduce
down
the
their
room
throat.
we were sitting in.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. We're still in the midst of shuffling furniture around, making some final decisions. So there'll be
Decorating.
some more
Fluffing.
changes on the furniture front, but my guys are out there working on the back railing, which is a teak rail that's going out there.
That's going
I
awesome.
can get a picture of that, but it came from a Navy YP that Mike and I found down in north of Jacksonville, Florida, at Fernandina Beach.
You'll see
Did
it.
it make? I don't think it made it in the
Police
end.
It did not make
made the
it?
episode,
No,
Oh.
but it's the
You'll see
teak
the
railing
trim.
that lives on from that old
That's
YP.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
So cool.
it's good.
That's really cool.
Everything has a story.
That's
in this
right.
house.
For
So what
real.
else we got?
Well, the build this week was the dreaded hydration station. And it was a fantastic build and some great people to work with, but it was a challenge. I only say dreaded because it was a test, a thorough test of my
Ability.
problem-solving
Your-
abilities. And
Right, only what you see in the episode. It looks like everything goes so smoothly.
Yeah.
And it looks like
Dad
That's
Yeah.
kind of what, well, everything doesn't always go smoothly in episodes, but if it's there, it's for a purpose that the TV people keep in there.
Yeah.
But believe me, nothing goes on around here very easily.
Yeah. I'm sure as many of you know, the builds, there's a lot of work on the builds that happens off camera, because it takes us weeks sometimes, and to have a camera guy here for weeks would be, well, a waste of
It
money,
needs its
frankly.
own show.
Jack would do it. Jack Bromley would
Jack
love
Jack
it.
would do it. He'd freelance that. But the challenge, though, this build was Deschutes Brewery out of Bend, Oregon has, a few years ago announced that they are opening up an East Coast hub not far from here in, actually I can't remember.
That's in Roanoke
exactly.
City.
In Roanoke.
Yeah.
They have a tasting room open now in downtown Roanoke, and every year they do what they call a street pub, where they stop at 4 or 5 destinations across the country, set up this 4 or 5 trailer long street bar.
Yeah, 50
and
tabs
Open it up.
of their
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah, and they, like Roanoke, we just shut down our main street for
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
That's
Open
why I live
it,
here.
Yeah.
Live music, and now there's a hydration station, so you can get fresh cold water for you and your pup.
Yeah,
Which
so-
was the point, right? It
So
was,
the event is pretty big when they have these things.
400 Was it 400 people?
No.
Roanoke
400
said
people run it. Yeah, 400
400
people
people running
it.
it. Yeah. I know. I think we had like, well, I can't remember, but
Roanoke set the
85,000
record
people
for
like once.
The number of kegs.
Or
kegs
85,000
Yeah.
beers. Yeah.
Roanoke
so.
set the record for number of kegs tapped last year, I think.
We
Which
should
is
know
like
all of the
250.
proceeds go to local charities. So they do this around the country, and
So
that's
yeah,
a cool thing.
and of course you can't drink beer all the time. So the hydration station serves to hydrate folks and puppies.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Annette is fielding some questions about Kannapolis. We do want to reiterate, Kannapolis is not closed. They are revitalizing downtown.
Very open,
So good on you, Annette,
Thanks,
for
Annette,
fielding the
for
questions.
catching
But yeah,
that.
I hope we didn't lend to the fact that it's not closed. It's definitely, in fact, quite the opposite.
It's going a different direction completely.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome.
But anyway, back to the bill. The point was to make a Black Dog style 4-sided water fountain for people and dogs.
Yep.
So we hook it to city water. It's got to cool it down. So there was a built-in what's called a jockey box, which is popular amongst pretty much any beer you get served at a festival is cooled with one of these things. It's just a cooler with coil in it. Needed to be serviceable, hook it up, easy to use, easy to clean.
Transport.
People proof, drunk people proof. That was a added layer of simplicity that had to be incorporated. But
so
it was a challenge.
So
Nonetheless, but Dad came in as always with a sketch, a bar napkin sketch, more or less, and
technical drawing.
Understood, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, subscript. Technical drawing. But we got to a good point after the first day of build. But then when the dust settled after the first filming session, it was kind of like, oh, there are a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah.
How's this going to work? Is this going to be easy? Can someone who's not us come up to this thing and be able to use it and service it and that kind of thing? So it was a challenge, and I think it turned out well though, because you can hook it just a standard garden hose hookup. They've been taking it around to all the street pubs. So if you go to a Deschutes street pub, it's got a big sign that says H2O above it. So look for it.
Yeah, and they'll be here in Roanoke actually mid-July. So if you're in the area, or if you want to come visit us and stay at the Stone House, come downtown to the
Drink some
Deschutes
beer,
street pub
listen
and
to music.
have some
As
beer
a
and
matter
some
of fact,
water.
I think our trolley's going to be
Doing
up
a
and
little-
running by then, doing
cool.
some transportation. I
Very
guarantee
cool.
it'll come back by the Stone House if you wanted to go down to the street
If you
pub.
needed a ride,
Yep.
yeah.
Right. Yes.
Wise.
Don't drink and drive. Take the trolley.
Take the trolley.
We're the Uber.
MacGruber.
MacGruber.
You remember that? Grayson is the real deal.
Woo!
My wife and I met her this past March, and she is a real sweetie. You got some fans out there, G.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, is Mike enjoying his vacation? I'm sure he is.
He's still gone.
I'm sure, yeah.
I guess he's enjoying it. If he's...
Oh, he called me the other day on the boat, and I think he was still moving because all I heard was wind.
Oh yeah, he was on a sailboat. I was
Yeah.
trying to have a conference call with him, and all we heard was. Ask him to mute it. He says, I said we were going to have this conference call at noon. He goes, well, the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the boat. The wind's blowing.
He's on
so
beach time. Man.
He makes good choices.
This is
sometimes.
his revitalization plan,
Right.
Yeah, well, it's not often he gets to revitalize himself, so
Yeah.
enjoy
He's
it, Dad.
earned it.
What we got, Betsy?
We
got
got a
anything?
question earlier this week from Randy King. He wanted to know, when you guys are on the job, who breaks the most stuff?
Well, you don't know the answer to that
Well, I'm not
already.
going to give myself away.
I broke,
Shut up.
actually in Kannapolis, I broke a sign bracket lowering. You'll see this on part 2.
Thank God nobody warned you ahead of time.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No
Hey, watch
tension.
out for that. Oh, I got it. I'm sure I was dismissive. I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it.
It's the dismissive part. That
Yeah. Did you actually retain what he was saying? No, I didn't. But none of us are perfect. But I think in the law of averages are concerned.
I think it's obvious. The
Yeah.
answer is,
We don't need
do
to
we
say
really need to put it in words?
No.
Okay, it's not. He's on vacation.
He's on vacation.
Yeah. So it's either the worst or perfect time to throw him under the bus.
Exactly.
We did get a question about the Stone House. I don't know if you guys want to touch on it being a vacation rental versus being a bed and breakfast.
That's right. We're not going to be sticking around bugging you at this house. It's going to be all yours. It's going to be like if you went to the beach and rented a house.
Exactly.
It's exactly like that, because you get the run of the whole house. You're not going to be served, so serve yourself.
Serve yourself, right?
Self-service.
But they're, you know, a couple blocks away and very much walking distance is a breakfast joint.
One of the best
Scratch.
ones.
Not
in
to mention,
Roanoke.
just beyond that, plenty of local restaurants, about 6 or 7 of them. So again, all time,
Greenways,
day and night.
biking trails.
Greenway is right here.
Yeah.
If you go down the Greenway the other direction, there's several restaurants right off the Greenway there. We're perfectly situated
Right.
between Grandin Village
Downtown.
and downtown, so it's the
Grandin
perfect,
Theater.
perfect location.
Kinds of stuff to
So you
do.
can stock your coffee and cocktail bar.
That's right.
Bring some local beer
It's a
home.
nice kitchen too. Go buy some fresh stuff down at the co-op. Make yourself dinner. You know,
Yeah.
have fun, live it up.
Yeah.
I looked at the calendar this morning. I just told Grayson it is National Log Cabin Day today.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
How
National
appropriate.
Log Cabin Day. Woo!
Would be a great day to sell our log cabin.
Yes.
Yeah, it would.
Which-
I've got several people interested. Now we're gonna have to make sure that we go after them, Grayson. Get
Yeah.
back on answer those phone calls.
Yeah, I know. Keep them coming, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, we still have our log cabin that you saw us premiere last weekend from Drake's Branch Log Cabin and Timber Frame Structure, which just found out this morning that they found some kind of documentation that the date stone on the chimney in the timber frame section was actually from 1846, not 1876. It's even older than we thought.
Dang.
So that's the
I was
newer
having
side.
a little difficulty reading that. My eyesight's not so good anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
We
you
tried
know,
all
it
kinds
had
of
been around
forensic.
for
Right.
150 plus years, so it was a little bit hard to read. Yeah.
Been weathered
A little
pretty
more,
hard.
yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Well, I had
what
fun.
else?
This was a good Kannapolis. People again. Thanks again to Annette and the mayor and all
Yes,
the people in Kannapolis.
Everybody in Kannapolis,
Yeah,
thank you so
yeah. I'm not
much.
sure what the time frame for the whole redevelopment project. I'm sure that construction is already going on, but it's a great place to visit. Beautiful
Yeah.
part of the country,
Absolutely.
and
Wonderful people.
we appreciate Kannapolis like
Absolutely.
crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good salvage.
Stay tuned for after the summer break for new premieres of season 9, and obviously check out the reruns because they never get old, right? Right.
You always find something you missed the first time
Exactly.
around.
Yeah,
exactly.
Some quip
Easter
from
eggs.
Robert
Yeah.
or Mike.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Well, cool.
thanks again, guys, for joining us.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on keeping on.
Have a good summer.
Bye-bye.
See y'all.
Push the L.
You didn't have to, but it's all good.
Push